Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday. I am your meteorologist, Jeff Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into your month of June, for your first week of June, for the season of summer, and for hurricane season as well. And we also have fan of the month tonight. We're also going to talk about the obvious three cities that we talk about outside of South Carolina as well. And then just everything else that's regular that we do. So it's going to be a huge forecast tonight. It's going to be a humongous forecast tonight. Make sure that you stay all the way through the end, as again, we're trying to get the likes up, trying to get the subscribe button up. We're at 474 subscribers, trying to get to 500. We only need one more until we get to 3/4 of the way there, and then we also need around 26 more until we get to our main goal of 500. But without further ado, we have a lot to talk about, so let's go on first and welcome the recorded audience for the people who can unfortunately not make it here tonight live with us. Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic first Monday of June. I am your meteorologist, Jeff Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your future going into obviously the first month of June, first week of June, and then the summer and hurricane season as well. So starting off first, looking at the entire state of South Carolina, nothing going on at all, absolutely nothing. If we look at what's going on throughout the entire United States, though, that definitely cannot be said. We do have some rain going on in southern Florida, as well as some severe weather going on in Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Nebraska as well. We also have a tornado warning up there inside of Colorado, and then rainfall going on in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Rainfall going on up there in Montana and Nevada as well, receiving some flooding over here. California getting some rainfall, as well as Arizona and pretty much most of the Four Corners region receiving some rainfall. As we go into our cloud cover right now is showing some nice clear conditions right now. We're not really seeing anything too much right now. Maybe some low clouds starting to enter a little bit into the upstate, but overall it's not much. Going into cloud cover for the future, as we go on and push this forward, you can see that cloud cover, as we go on and move through tonight, you can see that cloud cover starts to just stay a little bit clear. Obviously the upstate, like we just talked about, having some clouds move up there, but it's not much. And as you continue through even more, you're not really seeing much at all until we get to around tomorrow morning, where we might see some more action. But then once you get to the afternoon/evening hours, it's really just starting to clear up. Here's our current temperatures right here: 79 in Columbia, 77 inside of Holly Hill, 77 in Orangeburg, as well as 77 in Somerville and Moncks Corner, 79 in Charleston, 75 in Allendale, as well as 73 in Georgetown, 73 in Conway, 73 in Loris, as well as 75 in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach, 77 in Bishopville, as well as 77 in Edgefield, 77 in Aiken, as well as 75 in Anderson, 75 in Clemson, even 75 in Greenville, 73 in Pickens, as well as 73 up there inside of Gaffney and Rock Hill as well. Going into your low temperatures for tonight: 62 in Greenville, 60 in Spartanburg, as well as 59 in Rock Hill, 61 in Winsboro, 64 in Columbia, as well as 61 in Camden, 62 in Sumter, 62 in Kingstree, 65 in Georgetown, as well as 67 in Myrtle Beach. We also do have 72 in Charleston and 74 in Hilton Head Island, as well as 63 in Aiken and Barnwell. Going into your forecast precipitation, look at this. No precipitation is expected at this time. No precipitation is expected from 8 p.m. tonight going into 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So no umbrella needed as we go into tonight, and especially as we go into tomorrow. As we go into the SPC outlook, no thunderstorms are expected tonight. There may be a little threat for an isolated thunderstorm to occur down there near Hilton Head Island, and obviously places down there along that coastal region right there. But overall, it's not high. It's just a low threat. And then Wednesday, that's when things start to turn a little bit. So Wednesday, June the 4th, 2025, a thunderstorm risk from Columbia over towards Aiken, Charleston, pretty much the entire low country of South Carolina going into Columbia, Aiken, and then up there towards Greenwood and southern Anderson County as well. But overall, that's what we're looking at thunderstorm wise. So definitely watch for that as you go into Wednesday. And honestly, I will say, if you have any sort of outdoor work or anything like that, I would definitely get it done tomorrow, as tomorrow pretty much is going to be one of our last dry days of the week. So probably even going into next week as well. So definitely make sure if you have anything you need to get done, you get it done tomorrow, because it will most likely be raining for a lot of us for from now until around probably early next week. Now again, you might not see rain every single day. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you probably will have a chance almost every single day. Going into excessive rainfall now, looking at tonight, I should say. Nothing for tonight nor tomorrow, but Wednesday, minor risk of flooding from Charleston going to Somerville and down towards Hilton Head Island and Savannah, Georgia, as well. So pretty much like the entire low country of South Carolina has a minor risk of flooding on Wednesday. And then that continues Thursday. That goes from Ridgeland, Beaufort, all the way up through the Tri-County region, up towards Onondaga, Conway, Myrtle Beach, and North Myrtle Beach as well. That is for Thursday. And then a little risk up there for North Myrtle Beach on Friday. But again, just minor flooding, nothing really significant. As we now go on, let's go on and look at the models. So we're going to start off, obviously, with the short term first. So as you go on and push this forward, you can see as we push it through, maybe some isolated shower activity up there. According to this model right here, and I'm going to be completely honest, I honestly think that is, that might be wildfire haze, if I'm not mistaken. You see how stagnant it is, and we saw that this morning. I think I said it was going to be shower activity this morning. That's actually not shower activity, so I do apologize for that. But I honestly believe that this is just wildfire haze that you're seeing, and it's not really rainfall activity. Even as you go forward, you can see, just nothing. Even as we go to around 1 p.m., rainfall activity just stays non-existent. And as we continue forward, maybe you might see something as you go into around, like we said, Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning. That's when we probably will see something. But again, it's only isolated and not really set in stone. As we continue all the way into around Wednesday afternoon, that rainfall activity starts to move into the low country of South Carolina as you go into that Wednesday, and most likely it's going to be coming from our south, from Georgia and the Atlantic Ocean, and pushing up into the low country, up into the Midlands of South Carolina as we move later into the day on Wednesday. As we go into our long-term future, so we're going to start off here at 2 p.m. June the 4th. You can see this little area right here, and you might be wondering, what's this area right here that I'm looking at down here just to the south of us? If I go in and turn this on right here, look at this. We do have a little risk for some development. Yes, tropical development. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit more so you can see a lot better. So here we go right here. This is the last update, as you can see at the bottom right corner of your screen. You can see here that we do have a 0% chance for this thing to form over the next 48 hours, but a 10% chance over the next 7 days. It says offshore to the southeastern U.S. coast, a non-tropical area of low pressure is forecasted to form near or offshore of the southeastern U.S. coast during the next 2 to 3 days. If the system remains offshore, the low could gradually develop some subtropical or tropical characteristics later this week, while moving northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that's what we're looking at. That's what you just saw on that model right here. And there it is, June the 4th, starting to, just bring some moisture as you go into around June the 5th. You can see now this model run right here doesn't really have it doing much except for just bringing some heavy rainfall and that minor flooding risk, as we just said. But overall, still a 10%. I'm not going to say anything, but still a 10%. As we go into around June the 8th, going into the 9th as well, rainfall and thunderstorm activity may continue there as well. And overall through around June the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. Now this right here, if you go on and look at this, I think that this is, again, way too far out. But it has a pretty strong storm going over there into Louisiana. But again, this is only one model run, so we're not going to pay attention to that at all. It probably will be gone by tomorrow, if I was to be honest, as not even the National Hurricane Center is looking at it yet. But if that was to occur, it would definitely bring us a lot of rainfall, that's for sure, and probably some breezy conditions as well. So that's it in terms of our long-term future. We talked about each day pretty much individually, as we talked about June the 2nd and June the 3rd being pretty much dry. The 4th and the 5th bring some rainy conditions, and the 6th and the 7th kind of calm down a little bit. That's for our Friday and our Saturday. But that rainfall activity, even though, this is a low resolution model, so it's not going to have everything exactly placed, so we're just going to have to wait until we get to more high res models to go later into the week in terms of exact placement. But that's it there. Let's go and look at the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we use to see how crazy the weather is inside of the state of South Carolina. So here we go right here. It's at a 22. It is at a 22 right now. And overall, it's inside that mild category. Slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns at all. No major concerns at all in that 22 category, or the mild category. That makes sense. It is not made by me. Again, it is completely automated. Let's go on and move on, and let's talk about the week going into the month, the season, and then obviously hurricane season. We're going to talk about the names as well for hurricane season as well. And let's go on and push this on over here. So as you go on and look at this, you can look on your screen right now. You can see that this is pretty much a look at the temperatures this week. This goes from obviously now all of the way into June the 7th, which is Saturday. And overall, it's going to be above average in terms of temperatures this week. Above average in terms of temperatures this week. Obviously, it was warm this morning, or warm pretty much early, kind of like going into like early afternoon, late morning. And then as you go into precipitation, we will be below average. We will be below average. We will be below average in terms of rainfall this week. So definitely not a good thing for the drought at all. Not a good thing for the drought at all. It will be, it will take a little bit of a toll. It will take, thank you for anyone that said bless you. It will take a toll on the drought as we go later into this week. But again, we'll talk more about that on Thursday. As we go into, now this is for the month, so this is for the month of June 2025. We will be above average in terms of temperatures this month. We'll talk about the first half of the month and what that would have to bring, but overall we will be above average in terms of temperatures this month. And if we go into precipitation as well, we do have some rainfall that could be potentially above average. It kind of cuts the state in half. The upstate, it will be more likely above average, and then kind of once you get into that Midlands area going into the Western PD region, that's where you can potentially see those kind of just average. But the low country and the coastal PD region, the Grand Strand region I should say, is actually going to be below average in terms of precipitation for this month. So again, not a good sign for those areas. But obviously, again, not saying that the upstate will necessarily receive more rainfall, just necessarily how much rainfall you're seeing this time of the year. Maybe we will receive the same amount of rainfall, but the upstate usually receives less than this area down here receives. It just matters on what happens and what storm placement is going to be, but obviously we don't know that exactly. And then finally, moving on into our summer forecast, and yes, we're just going to cut straight into the chase. It will be an above average temperature summer. So it will be a bit hotter than usual this summer. And even as we go into precipitation as well, it will actually be above average in terms of precipitation this summer as well, from the upstate going to the Midlands, and then low country Grand Strand. It's going to be below average in terms of precipitation this summer as well. And so this pretty much aligns with the June and kind of compare them. This is June in terms of precipitation, and this is for summer. And you can just see just how similar they are with each other. And that's pretty much probably going to be the motto for this entire summer for the month of July and August as well. Obviously, it could be a bit different, and as we go more into the month of June, it might change up a little bit. But right now, it's looking like that this will be most likely just a split in terms of the summer going into obviously the month of June as well. Now, I do want to look at ensembles real quick before we go on, or temperature anomalies before we go on and look at hurricane season forecast real quick. So starting off over here, starting off early June, you can see it's going to be cool, even as you go into around June the 6th. But then June the 7th will push in, June the 8th, and it will start to warm up a little bit. June the 9th and the 10th will come in, and again, will cool things right back down. And overall, I mean, look at this, June the 13th, still showing some cooler than average temperatures. June the 14th, I mean, overall, it's going to be cool. But then finally, once we get to around that halfway point of June, that's when it's going to start to become a lot warmer. So that's all going to change. That's all going to change. And if you go into shading just to see potentially how cool it can be, I mean, we have temperatures probably down, again, maybe in the mid to low 60s. Again, for this time of the year, that's pretty low. And even as you go into June the 6th, we might have some temperatures in the high 50s. So, yes, it is early summer. Obviously, not quite done with the 50s, but as we get later, you see pretty much everyone will be up into the 90s as we go more into later June in terms of high temperatures. But that's it there in terms for this week, going into this month in summer. So let's go on and move on to the hurricane season forecast. And I'm not going to waste anybody's time at all and say, well, let's go on and look at this first, and then we'll go on and look at this. We're just going to go on and get straight to it and say, yes, this will be an above average hurricane season this year. It says NOAA predicts above normal 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. Above average Atlantic Ocean temperatures set the stage, and that's what we've been talking about for pretty much the past couple of years, of just how hot the Atlantic Ocean has been, just above average temperature year after year after year, just breaking records more and more and more. And pretty much just says NOAA's outlook for the 2025 hurricane season, which goes from June the 1st to November the 30th, predicts a 30% chance of near normal temperatures, a 60% chance of above normal, and a 10% chance of a below normal. So you can pretty much say for sure we're not going to have a below normal season at all. Well, I mean, there still is a chance, I will say, 10%, but it's very unlikely. I will say that it's very unlikely that we will see a below normal season. It's going to be more likely that we see above average, but near normal is also potentially possible as well. And so, how many named storms, hurricanes, and major hurricanes are we looking at? So, in terms of named storms, that includes tropical storms, hurricane, major hurricanes, all that stuff. 13 to 19 is the predicted total. And then if we go into hurricanes from Category 1 all the way up to Category 5, that could be from 6 to 10. And then major hurricanes, that's a Category 3 to 4 and a 5. That is 3 to 5 in terms of major hurricanes. Now, the season is expected to be above normal due to confluence of factors, including the ENSO neutral condition, warmer than average ocean temperatures forecast for weak wind shear, and the potential for higher activity in the West African monsoon, a primary starting point for Atlantic hurricanes, obviously. All hurricanes start from the coast of Africa, and it moves its way up towards the U.S., usually in that pattern right there. And that's usually the starting point. And that will favor tropical formation as well. And obviously, the high activity area continues. This hurricane season also features the potential for a northern shift of Western African monsoons, producing tropical waves that seed some of the strongest and most long-lived Atlantic storms as well. And somebody said, in my 30 years at the National Weather Service, we've never had more advanced models and warning systems in place to monitor the weather, says NOAA's, National Weather Service Director Ken Graham. So obviously, this outlook is just a call to action. Be prepared, take proactive steps now to make a plan and gather supplies in order to ensure you're ready before the storm threatens. Now, we talked about it early May. If you did not see that forecast, make sure you go on and do so. But we talked about, I how May turned into Hurricane Preparedness Month. I talked about some things to get that you should get done before, obviously, hurricane season really ramps up. If you want to go back and check that, you can. Here is our names for the 2025 Atlantic Tropical Cyclone names. We have Andrea, we have Barry, Chantel, Dexter, Aaron, Fernand, Gabrielle, Humberto, and then we have, I practiced this one, I think it's Imelda. And then we have Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. Those are our names for the 2025 Atlantic Tropical Cyclone year. And so, in terms of, again, pronunciations, I hope I pronounced all of them correctly. I tried to pull up the sheet. I couldn't find the sheet. I know I had it earlier, but I'm not quite sure exactly where it went. But that's the names right there. And overall, I mean, like I said, we just cut straight to the chase. It's going to be an above average year. There's nothing else really to say other than it's most likely going to be above normal in terms of hurricanes this year. And so that's going to wrap up the forecast pretty much for today. So for the last half of the forecast, for the last half of the live for tonight, we're going to talk with the audience. We're going to do fan of the month or subscriber for the month of May, and then we're going to do our regular San Antonio, Raleigh, Philadelphia forecast, and then talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States, and then we'll be out of here for tonight. So let's first go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. See what the audience has to say for tonight. So Mr. Oliver says, good evening, hot, nasty day at my house. I saw some wildfire haze this morning, and that, I don't think I saw any this morning. I do not think I saw any this morning. I might be missing out. I don't think I saw any this morning. But, I may just have not been paying attention too much, but I did not see any. Cheryl says, hi, Joseph, glad you're back. Thank you so much. Hello to you. That says, good evening, Joseph. I hope all is well. My reception here is spotty at best. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I did. Thank you so much for asking. My Nana says, hello. Hello to you. My cousin Cheryl says, hey, weatherman, how are you doing? Hope all is okay. How's everyone? I'm at work, but I'm listening. Keep up the good work. Love you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for that message. All is good. And I'm grateful that you're still listening to us while you are at work. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. And then Trail says, wow, that's a lot of names. Yep. In terms of the names, it's the same thing from A to Z. And then I think once you get past Z, which I think we actually did a little while back now, you start getting into some other names. I'm pretty sure. I forgot exactly what they do after that. But I do remember that they did do that a couple of years back. Tremont says, how warm are the temperatures in the Gulf and the Atlantic this year? That's a great question. I'm not quite sure. I think this website does have it. Let me see if they have it on here real quick. Go to the tropics. Go to the GFS right nice and quick. And then we're going to go on to, you said the Gulf and the Western Atlantic. Or just the Atlantic in general. So from right now, I don't think they have, well, I mean, you can kind of see it here, but not quite. You can pretty much see that it's, right now from what you can see at least, that it's going to be, that pretty much all of the water pretty much around us is actually warmer than average. Again, how warm exactly? I mean, overall, probably up to around, I know sometimes you can look and it's around 80 to around 90 degrees. But, I mean, you can pretty much see it's overall warmer than average for a lot. But then as you move in, obviously, that's, according to, what's going on over inside the atmosphere as well, that might influence as well. But, I mean, you see this high pressure up here. That's creating some more warmer temperatures up there. Obviously, for inland regions and also off the coast as well. And so that goes all the way into around June the 4th. So, in terms of exact temperatures, I think I would have to find something else to see if I could see exact temperatures right now. I don't think they have anything on here, but I definitely will look at that again. If you come back and ask me, I will have that for you. Exact temperatures though. And so that's it. I don't see anything else. So let's go on now and talk about, first off, our 3 locations. Then we're going to go on and talk about fan of the month. And then we're going to talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. So first, starting off with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight 77, high temperatures tomorrow at 93. Low temperatures tomorrow night 78. No precipitation is expected tonight. And then tomorrow during the day, no precipitation is expected tomorrow and tomorrow night as well. Raleigh, low temperatures tonight 54, high temperatures tomorrow 86, low temperatures tomorrow at 60. There is a haze tonight, obviously, that goes into Raleigh as well. I know the upstate of South Carolina also is included inside of there as well. And then no precipitation expected tomorrow or tomorrow night. Philadelphia being our last location, no precipitation tonight nor tomorrow, but low temperatures 54, high temperatures tomorrow at 83, low temperatures tomorrow at 59. And so now let's go on and talk about severe weather. So starting off with San Antonio first. San Antonio being the first location that we go on in terms of severe weather. There is no severe weather expected for San Antonio. If we go on and look at excessive rainfall, though, there is indeed no risk for excessive rainfall as we move through the next 5 days. Raleigh being the next location. In terms of severe weather, no severe weather expected for Raleigh either. And if you go on and look at excessive rainfall, no excessive rainfall expected there either. And then finally, the last location, Philadelphia, no precipitation, no severe weather is expected for Philadelphia. And then also, there is no excessive rainfall as well. So those are for those 3 locations. Now, it is time that we talk. It's time that we talk about the fan of the month for the month of May. One of the most anticipated events at the end. It's supposed to be at the end of May, but obviously I was not here during that time. So obviously we had to wait a little bit. But we're going to go on and get started with that as soon as we talk about this last thing, what's going on throughout the entire United States. And pretty much it just says scattered severe thunderstorm may produce damaging winds, large hail, and a couple of tornadoes across parts of the Great Plains into the Midwest through tonight. And again on Tuesday, heavy to excessive rainfall and urban flooding will continue over southern Florida and the Florida Keys through Tuesday. Flooding, obviously, like we said, going on Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and then also some air quality alerts going on over there in Minnesota and Wisconsin, the upstate of South Carolina, western Ohio as well, and then obviously some red flag ones up there for Northern California as it is dry and hot out there pretty much. All right, but now that that's out the way, let's go on and talk about Fan of the Month. If you want to be qualified, or to be, I should say, I can't think of the word right now, if you want to be eligible for Fan of the Month, you have to be subscribed to the channel, you have to leave likes, and you have to comment as well. You can't just be non-active, because if you comment, I know you're subscribed, because the chat is on subscriber only. So if you want to get that, you have to be consistent though. Obviously, if you miss a couple, if you miss a day or 2 or 3, stuff happens. I understand that. So, but without further ado, let's go on and announce it. So, the winner for the month of May, again, not to be taken seriously, just, something that I do for fun, nothing, personal. The winner is my cousin, Thad. Let's give him a round of applause real quick. Give him a round of applause as he is the winner for the month of May. And again, if you want to be like that, you want to be it in June, you just gotta do the 3 requirements. Hit the like button. It's on every video or live stream. Also, or everyone that you see. Also, make sure you go and hit the subscribe button and comment as well. So that is it. That is that. And overall, this is probably the longest forecast or video that I think that I have ever just done in general. I think we're at 30 minutes. We are at 30 minutes right now. So overall, this is definitely the longest forecast I think that I've ever done here on the channel, which I am grateful for it as well, that I'm able to stay here and that we still have pretty much everyone here from earlier through the entire 30 minutes. If you stayed here through the entire 30 minutes, I want to give you a round of applause as well. The entire 30-minute crew that's been staying along for this entire time. We have a lot of congrats for Thad, for you inside of the comments as well. I did get a comment as well from Miss Ann who says good evening, just a good evening to you. And overall, that's it. So me will be back going into tomorrow morning with your Tuesday morning forecast update. Thank you so much for being with me for this long night tonight. And that's that I will record my acceptance speech for you tomorrow. Hey, if you send it to me, I will show it. I will show it if you send it to me tomorrow. If you send it to me, I will show it tomorrow. But I will be back tomorrow morning with your Tuesday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk, and I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk, and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. Hey, hey. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. When you walk that walk and you talk that talk, you knocks me out off my feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down off of your feet. How, 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 how.
Hey, hey.